Wow, what's going on, guys? The question for today is: did you get the shot, and are you going to get the shot? That's going to be a big question, and I'm going to break some of this down for you. It turns out Delta Airlines has just announced that they are going to start fining their employees for not getting the vaccination, for not getting the shot. I'm going to try to make this conversation as unpolitical as possible, even though you guys know I draw my lines in the sand in certain areas, and I'll draw a line in the sand, but it's not whether I'm telling you to get the shot or not. But we're going to break this down for you and talk about what Delta Airlines is doing, as well as some other companies and some other things I've been reading in the financial world. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we believe in talking about Black wealth and Black economics every single day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day, under one condition. The condition is not that you have to be Black. We don't hate anybody. Anybody can come to this platform that wants to, but you got to be B1. B1 means we're Black first. That means we put our community at the top of our priority list instead of waiting on politicians who ain't coming and waiting on Superman. We are our own Superman. Also, B1 means that by the year 2070, B1 Black children, our children, are going to be leaders in the world when it comes to economics, wealth building, investing, real estate ownership, etc. And then three, B1 means that we understand we must be one to be successful. That means working on our relationships, building common bonds with other people in our community so that we can build empires and do great things. If you agree with this philosophy, put a hashtag B in the number one of the chat, hashtag B1. That's the calling card. Use that calling card anywhere on the internet. So let me tell you guys what I just read that got my attention, that made me reach out to you and want to share this. I just read a crazy story where Delta Airlines is going to start fining their employees if they don't get the jab. And you know what I'm talking about when I say the jab. I try not to say the word vaccination too much online, because they just they don't they don't believe in stuff like freedom of speech anymore, so you can't actually even say the word without getting their attention. But I wanted to talk about this because I think this is interesting in terms of some assessments on where things are going to go. I've been following this process very closely in terms of understanding how the public and how America is going to respond to this pandemic. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now, point blank, period. I don't know how anybody feels about this, but I am not a believer in telling you what to do. I am not here to tell you to get the shot or to not get the shot. I think there's good arguments on both sides, to be honest with you. I don't think this is a clear cut kind of thing. I think that there are reasons to get it and reasons to not get it. I have friends that have gotten it. I have friends that have not gotten it. I believe the Delta variant is real. It's made me pay closer attention to what's been going on. But at the same time, I also know what a 99.8% survival rate looks like. So that's another thing. And I also know the dangers of putting things in your body with companies that have no liability whatsoever. And so that means that if something goes wrong, you cannot sue them, right? So these are things that you have to factor in. But then again, though, most of us have gotten some sort of shot for something at some point. When I went to Africa, I went to Nigeria in 2009. I had to get a bunch of shots when I went to Nigeria. One of them was yellow fever and something else. So I'm not judging what you do. Whatever you want to do is up to you. I'm not gonna say I don't care. I do care, but I care enough to let you make your own decisions. So can we be cool on that? Can we still love each other and not get caught up in clowning each other, whether we got the shot or not? That's up to you. All right, so hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button. Let me read to you what Delta Airlines is doing, and then I'm going to talk about some of these other companies and what I've been seeing out here. Delta Airlines is going to charge, this is according to NPR, Delta Airlines will charge employees on the company health plan $200 a month if they fail to get vaccinated against COVID-19, a policy the airline's top executive says it's necessary because the average hospital stay for the virus costs the airline $40,000. CEO Ed Bastian said that all employees who have been hospitalized for the virus in recent weeks were not fully vaccinated. The airline said Wednesday. They said all the employees that have been hospitalized did not get the shot. I think that's information worth taking in, right? I mean, you can have your position, but I really, again, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm going to tell you. My belief when you talk about B1 people, I believe B1 people are smart people. Smart people are people who take in all information. Smart people are not people who pre-commit to one camp or the other. So, I know we got conversations about people who are alleged anti-vaxxers. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm just pro-truth. I'm just into finding out what's going on so I can figure out the best move for me and my family. And also, I'm a believer that you have a right to privacy. I don't have to tell you what my status is. If that shot is to protect your health, then why do you care if I have that shot or not? That's just my position on it. But you know, I think when you look at that number and you see that the only people that were, you know, hospitalized were the ones who didn't get the shot, it kind of makes you think, okay, maybe there's something going on with the Delta variant that's different from everything else. And again, I know that I got friends on all sides of the fence on this. Rizza Islam is a friend. I respect him immensely. I hear what he has to say. But then I've got friends that are doctors and stuff that have different opinions. And I have friends that are doctors who say don't get it, right? So it's literally the most confusing shit ever. I mean, it's amazing to me. And so here's what else NPR says. They said the airline said Wednesday it will also stop extending pay protection to unvaccinated workers who contract COVID-19 on September 30th and will require unvaccinated workers to be tested weekly beginning September 12th. So what they're really doing here with a Delta is they're just making it really hard for you to come to work if you didn't get the shot. And I think even Goldman Sachs and a few other companies, they've actually gone to the other extreme and said, look, if you don't get the shot, don't even show up ever. Just don't come in. Like you don't work here no more. You don't live here anymore, right? Like your paycheck don't live here anymore, right? And so that to me is a reminder. You know, one of the things that we believe in deeply here in this space is freedom. Right. Especially for people like us who have been in experiences where we didn't have freedom. And the thing is, freedom isn't free. Freedom has a price. Freedom has a cost. And so when you're in another man's house, you have to follow another man's rules. You can't go into another man's house and make your own rules. I just don't believe that. Call me old fashioned, call me, call me politically incorrect, call me whatever you want. But I'm a realist, and I will tell you what's probably going to occur. Because America is trying to reopen. They're not going to shut down. They don't want to do another shutdown. They're trying to reopen. And what they're thinking is, you know what? We'll go ahead and reopen and roll with the people who go ahead and get the shot. So there's two types of people that are going to be part of this new economy where this money is going to be made. One is people that get the shot. Those are the ones who are going to get the job opportunities and everything else. People who don't get the shot, it's going to be harder for you to get jobs. It's going to be harder for you to get into concerts. It's going to be harder for you to travel, all that, right? I'm speaking as somebody who has not yet gotten the shot. So don't clown me for not getting it. If you try to clown me, if you try to pressure me, just know I'm going to push back. I'm going to tell you to kiss my black butt because I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Even if I drop dead tomorrow, it doesn't matter. I took a risk. I was willing to take that risk. So don't say, ha, 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 look, he died. He didn't get the shot. He died. Well, why are you wishing death on another person anyway, you idiot? And then number two, taking the risk does not mean you know what's going to happen. It's like when I go to Best Buy, check it out, pay attention. Here's an analogy that will work here. When I go to Best Buy, every time I go to Best Buy, they always offer me anything I buy, they always offer me the insurance. You know how you go to Best Buy and you get the new laptop and they say, would you like to pay an extra $300 for liability protection and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you a secret. I never get the insurance. You know, why do I never get the insurance, right? Because insurance is supposed to be good. Well, it's not always good in my mind. Like sometimes I say, I'll pocket that $300 or $400 and I'll take the risk on myself. That means if I go home and I drop that laptop and it breaks, I got to go get me a new laptop. Well, here's the thing. I don't pass the insurance because I know that my laptop's going to be fine. I pass the insurance because I know that even if it's not fine, I have accepted that responsibility. See, we don't talk about responsibility and what's the word? Having the integrity to be accountable for your choices, right? I'm not telling you what choices to make. I'm just telling you to be accountable for the choices you do make. So if you choose not to get the jab, that's cool. But, as long as you understand what it is, as long as you understand, what additional risk you might be taking on in case the Delta variant really is that bad, right? I'm not going to knock you for that, right? But then again, that's a personal thing. That's how my parents kind of raised me. My mom used to always say, you can make whatever choice you want as long as you're ready to accept the consequences. I'm ready to accept the consequences. And you know what? If I do change my mind, and because I try to keep an open mind, I take in information, and I do get the jab, it ain't going to be none of your business. I'm not going to tell you nothing because you don't need to know what I'm doing with my body. Sorry, if the feminists can say it, then so can I. That's what it is. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. Please make sure you subscribe. The Black Financial Channel, we are growing Black-owned media because we want to get a message to Black people out here. Two things. One, I have a $5 a day investing plan that will make your family wealthy within one generation. It's very easy to do. My PhD's in finance. The math all checks out. If you want to go take a look, the ebook is free. You can go to theallblackagenda.com. That's theallblackagenda.com. Second of all, tonight, Dr. Claude Anderson is going to come to our book club. You guys know every week we have the book club where we're reading all of Dr. Anderson's books, going through them with a fine-tooth comb. And tonight, Dr. Anderson is going to join us tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. You can register for the book club at blackkeystogreatness.com. It is free if you come live. It is free if you come live. If you want the archives are not free, but because I've done about 7 lectures. By the time I'm done, I will have done several hundred. You can actually go to the drboycebookclub.com if you'd like to buy all the lectures that you missed out on. And what I've been doing is we've been deep diving into Dr. Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth. So feel free to join us. You can get the archives at the drboycebookclub.com, or you can also join live at blackkeystogreatness.com. Okay, so let me give you a couple more pointers that I noticed. I noticed that Biden had a meeting with a bunch of companies about this cybersecurity thing. I think cybersecurity is going to be really big over the next decade or so, or more actually, because now you've got these companies getting hit by these cyber attacks, and these cyber attacks are a real problem for this country. And I saw that Google and I think Google and Microsoft and IBM all agreed to commit billions of dollars to developing cybersecurity. One thing that also got my spidey senses up is they mentioned specifically that they want to train a lot of the cybersecurity experts, tens of thousands of them, at HBCUs, right? So a lot of HBCUs are going to be on the front lines in terms of helping to train cybersecurity experts that can go work at Google and Facebook and Microsoft and IBM and all these other companies. Now, I think that's really great, right? That's really good that they can get these opportunities. But I also saw another story about how there's a slew of HBCU students now who are learning to start businesses. And I think that's a wonderful thing, because I'm going to tell you, one of the wealth drains for the Black community is that most of us who go to college, most of y'all who go to college and get all those student loans, you get all those loans so you can go work for somebody. So that's a double wealth transfer. Two areas. One, you're transferring almost all your family wealth to that university, because half of all Black college graduates can never repay their student loans. And then number two, your time is worth maybe $200 or $300 an hour, but you go sell it to a company for maybe $70 an hour, $50 an hour, or whatever, if you're lucky. And that becomes a wealth drain as well, right? So if you want to look at the areas where the wealth gap is increasing, it's increasing largely because you're training too many of your people to be employees and not enough of your people to create jobs that Black people can work for, or companies that make it their corporate mission to serve the Black community. Pay attention. Listen to this. Check this out. How often do you see a company that says, we believe it is important for us to save the environment, or we believe it's important for us to represent gay rights? Right. We believe it's important for us as part of our corporate mission to, do things that white people care about, take care of pets and shit, whatever the hell it is. Dogs and stuff. I don't know. It's whatever. Right. Well, they do these things because that's what happens when you get a big corporation. You get something that Gary Vee actually used this term, and I like it. It's you get a company becomes almost like a big Death Star, where with this big Death Star, even if you're not profitable, you've got just billions in resources that you can use to apply to solving specific problems that go beyond simply making money, right? You can actually make the world a better place. You can reshape agendas. You can support one political party over another. You can change entire communities. And so if you look at Black communities all across this country, where you've been electing the same politicians over the last 20 or 30 years, you'll notice those communities never get better. You'll notice those communities are where the children are being shot. You'll notice those communities are economic deserts. They're economic deserts. Some of them don't even have a grocery store, let alone businesses and things like that. Well, with big economic Death Stars, like if you have a $1 billion company that's run by people in our community who are a B1, like if you have a B1 company that's worth billions of dollars, this is what we're going to have 50 years from now. This is what your children and grandchildren are going to do. They're going to have B1 organizations that have billions of dollars in resources. They're going to have board meetings, and all the people there are going to be B1. They may not be all Black, and that's okay, but they're going to be B1, and they're going to go in, they're going to pick out a neighborhood. They're going to go to a hood, and they're going to say, okay, everybody's, stacking milk crates, and they're all falling down and busting their heads wide open. So maybe instead of them, maybe they're doing it because they have nothing to do. So instead of getting a milk crate with your butt ain't got no insurance and you're up here cracking your head open because you're bored, how about we go in there and build a factory so that now instead of stacking milk crates and cracking your face open, you can actually get up and go to work every day, or you have a place to go where you can participate in the creation of automobiles or whatever exists 100 years from now that are being sold all around the world. Do you understand? So what I'm saying to you is that when you talk about the act of nation building, you must have your people that are building your organizations, and you must have people that run these organizations that have values that are consistent with the things that matter to the people that exist where you come from. Okay. The reason that Black communities struggle, this is my final point on this. The reason Black communities struggle is because there are no billion-dollar corporations out there that have made it their life mission to improve the Black community. Am I right or am I right? Give me a yes in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Give me a yes if you get what I'm saying. Okay, guys. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget that tonight, Dr. Paul Anderson is going to be there for the book club. You can come to the book club for free. If you're live, you can come for free. If you want the archives are not free, but you can actually join live for free at blackkeystogreatness.com. You also get free access to my life class, which actually used to be $1,000 for a lifetime membership, but actually is free now. And the life class literally is my breakdown on how to be successful, how to succeed in this life. And it was a little bit weird for me because I'm not used to sort of bragging about, all the great things I've been able to accomplish. But I mean, you got idiots out here giving bad advice. So I said, let me actually talk to people about, especially young people, about the tools you need to be successful. And these things really work for me. I don't just pretend to be happy with my life. I am actually very happy. I didn't really have a midlife crisis because I didn't look back on my life and say, gosh, if I'd only worked harder, if I'd only studied more, if I'd only gone to school. I did all those things, right? And it was a mindset, it was a culture, it was a way of thinking that led to that success. And I want to share that with as many people as possible, and so that you can get something that's a little bit different from this failure narrative that's really being pushed heavily in media, because I think they want you to fail and I want you to win. I want you to succeed. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to be happy. I want you to have strong families, and I want you to be safe, and I want you to be at the top of the pile. So let's go win. Let's go succeed. Let's go be our best. God bless everybody. Thank you for listening. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe button before you go. I'm out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Peace.